the outfit doesn't bother me. The axe, the kid, and the Norse setting kind of bothers me. I mean, let's be honest, the original God of War is iconic. And it feels to me like they've changed a lot. I mean, I can't see the Blades of Chaos in this picture. I'm just worried that they've changed too much. I mean, you know what people are like. This game is going to have to be better than the original trilogy. Otherwise, people will rip it to shreds. Well, exactly. That's a pretty high bar to cross. This is God of War. Okay, here we go. And already the music is more mellow than usual. Normally the game will be announcing itself with a fanfare. A funeral.
Slow down, boy.
Sorry.
You are hunting deer, not chasing it.
Yes, Father.
And hunting. Immediately this game feels different from the others. Axe. Aim.
Wow.
Go.
And now I have to go get it. Oh, no I don't. That was cool. First fight of the game. Light attacks, heavy attacks, just like the originals.
We're gonna fight that?
We have no choice.
That's a big one. Oh, and the kid can shoot arrows. The arrows aren't half bad. My problem is I keep forgetting they're an option. Like the axe, this is a brand new mechanic. It's taking some getting used to. Get off your ass and do some parenting. Oh, he is.
Look at me. Look at me, boy. Boy, look at me.
Given his track record, I'm honestly surprised. It's not the Blades of Chaos, but that axe is seriously cool. Pun intended. An hour in and we've got a boss fight. The original games open with an early boss fight as well.
Never been this close to the mountain before. Looks so big. I wish Mom was here to see it.
Come, boy.
This is a very different side to Kratos. Normally it's all, I will have my revenge! Never seen him like this before.
I think that part's right.
puzzle solving, just like the originals. Yeah, come to think of it, I don't think I ever gave Kratos enough credit for having a brain in the original game. Now he's got someone to interact off of. I'm more aware of him being a thinker as well as a fighter.
I see runes.
On a side note, the game is gorgeous when it wants to be. It's just that most of the time you're traipsing through demon-infested hellholes which don't look very pretty. Opening chests, another feature of the originals. Only this time you don't have to mash the button to make it happen. One of the biggest alterations to the God of War formula is loot. Yeah, proper loot as well. In the past, the chests only used to drop health, mana and orbs for upgrading your equipment. But now, they drop stat enhancing gear, enchantments primarily. Enchantments are basically armour attachments. You can buy gear from the shop. Higher level gear requires rare resources scattered throughout the realms. Armour can be upgraded, providing small stat boosts and, more importantly, extra attachment slots. Once you have the extra slots, more enchantments can be installed, providing even greater stat boosts. And this allows you a certain amount of flexibility. What do you want to focus on? Strength, vitality, defense? I always appreciate a game that gives me options. Can someone explain to me why he has to do this when he can do this?
You had to act all proud. Throw whatever you have at me. I'll keep coming.
I'm just saying, why does he struggle to open gates and chests if he's that powerful? Just like the originals.
Can you kill something that big?
Epic boss battles, just like the originals. I keep saying that. You know what else is like the originals? The elevator ride that requires you to knock the enemies off it quickly or you plunge to your death. Oh joy. Yeah, the Blades of Chaos. Now you're talking. Where are the blades? Why have I got the axe selected? What did I do? How do I select the blades? These guys are not going to stop until I use the blades on them, are they? How do I switch weapons? Ah, left and right on the D-pad. Why didn't it just tell me? Now we're in business. I have to keep on backing up because I can't keep all the enemies in my line of sight. This camera is a tad frustrating at times. The more enemies, the worse it is. The threat arrows help, but they only tell you where the enemies are. It's a useful reminder, but nothing more than that. The only reason those arrows are there is because they knew the camera wasn't great. Oh, now it tells me how to switch weapons. Bastard.
Back to the realm travel temple, then on to Helheim, yeah?
Damn it, get out of it! Like all third-person cameras, you suffer most when you back into a wall, so yeah, this system isn't brilliant.
Lemnian wine, the island of Lemnos, near the place of my birth.
Lemnos.
To a journey's end.
Really?
Still questioning his parenting skills, but can't argue with the fact that we're getting excellent character and story stuff. It's bloody good. Christopher Judge voicing Kratos. I remember when I said the kids' arrows weren't half bad? Turns out they're very effective. You know, if you remember you have them. Now, because this is a game about Norse mythology, well, partially, you've got the World Tree and the 9 Realms. If you've seen the Thor films, you'll already be familiar with this concept. Of the 9 Realms, 3 are locked. Either paid DLC, or they're just saving it for a sequel. It could be either. Of the 6 accessible realms, 3 are of a good size. Midgard is Earth. It is by quite a way the largest realm in the game, or at least has the most content. Alfheim is the realm of the elves, quite sizable, with secrets of its own. Helheim is the realm of the dead, cold, windy, full of zombies. The 3 remaining realms, however, Jotunheim is so small I'm wondering why they even bothered including it. Muspelheim is simply a series of challenge rooms that drop the rare resource Embers, and Nilfheim is purely a randomised dungeon that drops the rare resource Mists. So the game doesn't show off all the realms all that well. Muspelheim and Nilfheim in particular feel like they're just there for gameplay reasons. And Jotunheim, I was there for a grand total of 18 minutes. I didn't need to be there for any longer. I hope that they're just saving these areas in more detail for a potential sequel, and they haven't sliced the locations off to sell back to us as DLC later, because you know how companies like their DLC. On my playthrough, I concentrated on the main quest line, rarely going off the path, because I was assuming there wasn't much out there to see besides busy work. Considering the sheer amount of stuff I encountered after I wrapped up the 20-hour campaign, that was a mistake. You get showered with useful extras for everything you do, and it's all fully narrated by the characters on screen. By the way, you know how you can throw the axe and it leaves you kinda defenseless? No, it doesn't. You can fight barehanded.
I got it! Watch out!
What else can I say about God of War? The world is bigger than you expect, the characters and the story are more engrossing than you expect. The combat feels more solid than it's ever been. The music, the visuals, and I don't know how they've done it, but the gameplay is completely different. Yet it feels so much like the original God of War. I don't know how they've done it.
Interesting.
They've completely changed the gameplay mechanics, but somehow retained the spirit of God of War. It's genius. And I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm gonna. No day one DLC, no season pass, no bullshit currency, no microtransactions. You pay a lump sum and you get a complete game. And I'll tell you something else. All those publishers who are trying to steer the industry towards these always online multiplayer games as a service bollocks. This is a single player game. God of War gets a 9 out of 10. And believe me, it's a borderline 9. It's like 9 sort of creeping up to 10. But for me, it's a 9. Maybe if getting from A to B was a little bit easier, because you do a lot of ledge climbing and it is a bit tedious at times. You can't just jump off of ledges, you see. You've got to climb down as well as up. Maybe if they had 1 or 2 more weapons, because the older games had like 3 or 4 weapons at your disposal. And in particular, maybe if the camera wasn't a problem when you backed into a wall. I'm nitpicking. I know I'm nitpicking. But with a game this good, that's pretty much all you can do, is nitpick. God of War has never been this good. Well, it is now, obviously. So that was God of War. 9 out of 10. Superb game. Single player game. No extras. No purchasable stuff. No microtransactions. Industry take notice. So, what did you think of my video review? Leave a like or a dislike. What did you think of God of War, or haven't you played it yet? Are you looking forward to it? Leave a comment down below. And for those of you who can't get enough of my dulcet tones, you can always hit the subscribe button. See you next time.
You okay?
Come on, get up, brother!
I never said it was easy.